It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Believe it. I missed everything.
Missed the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
This morning spent a lot of time down memory lane. We just gave you the beginning of the sentence and you got to fill in the blank. Remember when, and it all started with a meme I saw that said, remember when you would have to call someone past 9 p.m. for it to be a free call? And then it just kind of all unraveled from there. We'll touch on this in the podcast in a couple of seconds. Here we go.
We've got email.
All right, so when she wrote this, I said, there are going to be some people with very strong thoughts.
Hot takes
on it one way or another. So Kayla, here's her email. It says, my husband wants to look at our schedule and go over hunting and fishing weekends. We now have ice fishing weekends. We now have 2 kids. I was okay with it last year because I just had one and I was pregnant. I told him to choose 2 weekends, Friday to Monday, 2 4-day weekends for him to go have a good time with buddies. He's not happy with me. He said that when we started dating and even when we were engaged, that he got to go all the time and I was okay with it. And I was, but now I have 2 kids. I just started a new job. I'm exhausted. I don't foresee it being easy for me. I don't think that I'm asking for a ton. Do you think that I should extend it and let him do more weekends or just go back to the way it was or stick to my guns? Kayla, I think you should stick to your guns. I think that if you feel like it's going to put so much stress on you, there's got to be a give and take. I know that some of my mom friends that have to deal with this because their kids are all Liam's age or a little bit younger. And they're being pulled in 3 different directions sometimes for sports, activities. And they have to do it all alone because their man wants to sit in a deer stand and kill deer, which I think is great that they get to do something that they love. But as the guy or the hunter, you should also think, how is this going to affect the other person?
It is a little weird that he doesn't give thought to a young family. And,
yeah.
I mean, listen, 8 days away is a long time.
That is a long time. It's a lot to ask for somebody. Are you going to give her 8 days? Not that she wants it. You know, some moms just don't want it, you know. I think she just wants you to go. I would even take 3 weekends at 2 days. I have a lot of friends that do this, and I'm not the outdoorsman they are, so I don't ever get away for a long time like that. Yeah.
And so it's hard for me to understand, but let's put yourself in Kayla's shoes real quick. If you were her, do you go to the mattress with this and say, hey, your 2 weekends is enough? Or do you kind of give in and say, this is something he loves? I just want to get into your brain a little bit, especially if you've got a young family. Will you call now?
And where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so it says, my husband wants to look at our schedule and go over hunting and ice fishing weekends. We now have 2 kids. So I was okay with it last year because we had 1 kid and I was pregnant. So I told him to choose 2 weekends, 4-day weekends, which is a long time to be away, Friday to Monday. He's not happy with me. He said when we dated, when we were engaged, that he got to go all the time. And I was okay with it. And I was, but now we have 2 kids. I just started a new job. I'm exhausted. So basically your question is, should she give him more weekends to do what he loves? Or is she asking for too much?
Hey,
or
Lauren,
should she stick with her guns?
Let's get your first thoughts on this, Lauren. Would you kind of dig in here, or is this like, let him be?
So, I mean, yeah, you can give him his weekends. I mean, at the end of the day, is it feeding the family? That's what I want to know. Because in my family, that's what we do. We do it to feed the family. My dad's going out to Colorado for 2 weeks to do elk hunting.
Okay.
It's not something that's always for fun. It's like you're feeding your family.
So I'm going to ask you a question. What if he doesn't get an elk? Then he just had a 2-week vacation.
It's a loss. It does suck. Usually one person out of the group does get an elk, so it goes around the family, but it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a little bit of a loss. But, but usually during hunting season, we get enough, we fill our tags so that we can go around the whole entire family and feed everybody.
Mm-hmm. I got it. Well, you guys are still living a little bit more of a Little House on the Prairie kind of life then, right?
I mean, not necessarily.
But with food you are.
Everybody has... Sorry, say that again?
Yeah, but with food you are. I mean, if this is going to feed you, like your extended family, you got to get an animal.
Definitely. I mean, like, if it's just for fun, I mean, I would want to be home with my family. Last year I didn't go because I had my tag filled, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would much rather just be with family, but if it's beneficial to everybody, I mean, why not?
Good point.
Brenda had texted, and I don't know
Thanks,
if you
Lauren. I appreciate you.
agree with this, but Brenda said that she just feels men don't value family time as much as females do.
It's probably safe, but I'm sure some females don't value family time as well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you can just pin it on men, but
I don't believe you should take away his happiness, because if you married him and he's like a hardcore hunter, fisherman, ice fishing, he loves it. I think that people should be allowed to do what they love to do, but also there has to be that compromise. Can she go and do what she wants to do? Are you going to give her time and not call her and say, what should I make for dinner? The kids are hungry. What do I do now? What time should I put them to bed? That's not a vacation for her.
Honey, you think KFC's still open?
You know, I've talked about my love of a skin cigar, you know, a good snowy day, lay it out, make my own skin cigar. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Colonel Sanders, his great nephew. And he has found that KFC has blocked him. He's like, oh, okay. All right.
Kentucky Fried Chicken has blocked me on social media. Over the last decade, they have sexualized my uncle for marketing purposes. My response to Kentucky Fried Chicken blocking me is, do you want to know how to make their chicken? Truly, generally, their chicken. This recipe I put together through facts.
So I've never seen any of the ads and thought, he is like so hot.
Colonel's looking fine.
Yeah, they are really sexualizing him. I
Listen,
want the
even if
chicken.
this
I don't know
guy-
what ads he's looking at.
Even if this guy gives us the recipe,
He did. He put it out. All
You're not
11
gonna
herbs
do
and
it.
spices.
you're not going to do it at home.
I don't want to make it. I don't want to mess that up. And I don't know where to find coriander. So I'm going to let them do
Never
it.
even heard of it.
I haven't either. So they can do it, and I will still give them my money.
How long have you been every time I say the word homeowner, I think of, there was a Simpsons episode where for some reason they've got to have a bear tax now. Bears are coming into Springfield.
Yeah.
And Homer doesn't want to pay the bear tax. And he goes, bear tax. I already pay the Homer tax. And Lisa goes, Dad, that's the homeowner tax. And he goes, same thing, right? But how long have you been a home owner?
I think since I was 24.
Okay, so 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
As a homeowner, and as everybody starts, I was thinking about this yesterday as I was kind of like picking stuff up across our property and kind of, you know, moving some things inside and emptying flower pots and stuff like that. What part of the getting ready for winter do you do as a homeowner?
I do the garage. I do everything in there. I like to take everything out, and then I vacuum everything, get all the cobwebs from the summer. It feels so good.
So you clean your garage. Anything else you do as a homeowner?
No.
No. If you're like Kat and you're like, wait, I'm supposed to
What
be
else
doing
am I supposed to do?
as a homeowner, these are the big safety checks that you need to do as a homeowner before the snow flies and gets really cold. All right. So first off, emergency supplies or backup power. Do you have either of those?
I have a pantry.
That's
Would that
not
be
it.
those would be my supplies, right?
Those will all be gone before the snow flies.
Okay.
Number 4, your outdoor walkways and lighting. Are they in a spot where they're not going to get slippery and the lighting is good enough to see if there is ice?
Yes.
Okay, so you get that one. Good for you. Roofs and gutters. You got to look for missing shingles, signs of any sagging, and make sure that your gutters aren't loaded with debris, especially important in places that get a lot of snow and ice. Do you do that?
We just got our roof done, so I won't be doing that. But Liam has to go up, and we have gutter covers, yet we need him to go up there and get, like, mini sticks have gone in there.
The problem with the gutter covers is if you don't pay for the really high-end ones, stuff still gets in there. So you didn't do that. Okay. How about the smoke and carbon monoxide detectors? Have you checked those?
We're good.
You did?
And I just got a new one that goes in the wall towards the floor. So we have the ones that are built into the fire detectors and then smoke detectors. And then we have this extra one downstairs.
So you did or didn't do it?
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
I'm
And
like
the
14.
biggest safety check that you should be doing if you're a home owner is your chimney or your heating system. You have forced air, right? So you have a furnace?
Yes.
Okay. Do you do anything with that whatsoever?
We will. We have a company here in town that is doing
They'll
it.
come clean it?
Well, they're doing a maintenance check, and then they write on the side of it when they've come to
That's
check
a great
it out.
idea. Do you got
Yeah.
who changes the filter?
Derek.
So you don't do any of this maintenance?
No. Is there a reason why you're looking at me like that? Like everybody
thought you
has their
cared
own
about your
duties.
family.
I didn't know that I had to do it.
Well, I just thought maybe you
Someone
didn't want
has to do
your
it.
entire family to die.
But it's getting done. So I don't know
By
where
someone else.
where the looks are coming from.
If you're a homeowner and you're failing as much as Kat, time to check up now. You still have time. We're going to have 80 degrees over the weekend. You can get these things done and not be a homeowner failure. I see this this post yesterday from my friend Brandon, and it said, remember when we used to have to make calls past 9 p.m. so that they were free? And I was like, what? I hadn't thought of this in years.
Well, when that was a thing, I didn't pay for the phone bill, so I didn't even know you were like having to pay for phone calls.
I remember being away at college, and I would call my parents every Sunday night, and I'd have to wait till after 9 to call them. And I just remember my dad being like, I'm so tired. Like, what, did you get in trouble this week?
You're like, no, it's a free call.
How's ball going? Are you thinking of getting a real job? Kind of that kind of stuff. So I was like, this is a great chance to go down memory lane. What do you remember? If we just started the simple sentence of, remember when, that would blow a kid's mind today.
I remember when, and it's hard for them to grasp because they can just pick up their phone. They're connected to Wi-Fi, internet everywhere. You had to do 3 like big chores. You had time to vacuum, put the dishes away. You could even like start prepping dinner while the internet connected.
While AOL was connecting or Netscape.
And then you'd hear that special sound like you are connected, get going. And then also, I was thinking about this the other day. Liam had to run, like they had a big like fitness track day in gym.
Right.
It's like the one that they do now, and then they do it at the end of the year to see how much you improve.
Is it the president's thing? Is that what they still call it?
Well, that's part of it, but it's like, I forget what it's called, but it has a name where he goes to school.
Being
But
an involved parent is hard.
I said, do you remember, I'm as involved as you can get. I said, do you remember when, and I asked Derek, those yearly like flexibility tests, and it was part of the presidential physical fitness test, but you felt like such a failure. And then I realized that some people just aren't, like their legs are shorter than others. Some people are longer than others. But once you had to put your hands like this and then like launch it forward, and it was just, that was a lot of anxiety. That reading in class was a lot of anxiety.
Remember when you had to go in and pay for your gas every time you pumped your gas?
I do know.
You go in? Most gas pumps are pay at the pump only. You don't pay for your gas.
Where do you go where it's only pay at the pump
every
only?
Quick Trip is pay at the pump only.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm every gas station I go to, except
it says
for the
prepay or pay at pump. Like it's not only you go inside.
You can't
and
go
pay
inside
for
and
it.
pay. I don't think you can in most gas stations anymore.
All of them.
Somebody back me up on this. If you work at a gas station where you can't pay for gas, because I'm almost positive there's a bunch of them that you can only.
Did someone tell you that?
No. I think you can only pay at the pump at certain gas stations.
Oh my God!
But I remember that. Like my kids would never. They'd just run out of gas. They'd all be on the side of the road right now. They'd be like, "Hey, can you help me out?"
So now you have another generation thinking you can't pay inside the gas station.
I'm sure there's lots of gas stations where you can't buy gas in the gas station. Jake, thanks for taking time, man. Remember when what?
Remember when you had to pay $2.99 to get a ringtone?
Bang!
Yes.
That's it.
And it said so much about you. But then if you were wealthy, you could have a ringtone for different people.
Right.
So that was cool.
Yeah, you could buy a bunch of different ringtones, or this is what I did when I was a kid. Instead of paying the $2.99, you would record from a song that you're hearing on the radio or a CD that you have, but the quality is so awful because the phone you could record it on was just so awful, and you would do that for voicemails too.
Yes.
What's even worse was that people would do that. They would leave ringtones of their little kids making noise. It was just like, it's cute, but you're like, wow, I'm trying to talk to you and not your kid.
I want there to be like a museum where you could go and just relive all of this, because it is nostalgic. It's funny.
So let's go back in the day. You wasted your $3 on which ringtone that you remember?
Oh, It was a Korn song, I think. It was it was that song "Freak on the Leash." It was the part
There it
where he
is.
does the scatting. where he
Wow.
does that.
Yeah, I got mine was Return of the Mac. I had that from Mark Morrison. Kat, do you remember one that you paid for?
I don't. Probably like Genie in a Bottle or something dumb like that.
That you would hear on the radio every 4
I was
minutes
a pop
anyways,
girl,
so I
yeah.
gotcha. Everybody wants these Rascal Flats tickets, and yeah, we're giving away more during our live show Wednesday morning, 7:05. And if you heard how we gave them away Tuesday morning, trust me, it'll be a whole lot easier to win Wednesday at 7:05 as we wrap up our podcast now. Going down memory lane this morning, and I just wanted to start the conversation with the words "remember when." And I like Jake's answer from before.
Remember when you had to pay $2.99 to get a ringtone?
Yeah, and how much money we spent on ringtones.
Someone was piggybacking on that presidential physical fitness test or whatever. They said, do you remember when your gym teacher acted like a doctor and could cite scoliosis? Yes, I do. And it was the oddest day, too. They'd mix the girls and the guys. Everyone would have to be in their swimsuits. We had a pool at our middle school. And you'd have to bend down in front of the next person.
Take you 3 seconds to diagnose whether or not I had scoliosis.
And like gym teacher who just got the job, worked at Target the year before. She's like, your spine is okay for now. I just thought
For
that was
now.
so weird.
Like leveling some anxiety on somebody. Hey, Aslan, remember when?
Remember when, if you needed to get a hold of your parents at school, you had to go to the office and use the office phone versus a cell phone now?
Yeah. Yep, I do.
Do you remember when, after practice, using 1-800-COLLECT, and in that little time frame there, you could be like, I'm done with practice, click. And then, do you remember doing
and then
that?
you would just hope that they'd pull up, that they understood what you said.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
And you
yes.
knew exactly how far away from school you live, so you'd be sitting on the curb for like 4 or 5 minutes or whatever the deal was. Those were good times.
Kids just don't know the grind. And
No,
now
they don't.
if they ask their teacher, hey, can I go text my mom about something? Like most of the teachers will say, yeah, you can go to your locker and, text them what's up. But
Most kids just have their phones on them.
oh, they can't.
Not at your
be in
school?
No, they'll take it
Well,
right away.
not my kids.
Yeah.
Can I ask how old you are, Aslan?
How old I am?
Yeah.
I'm going to be 35 in a couple weeks.
Okay, well, happy early birthday. But isn't it weird to look
Thank
at
you.
these kids, the level of technology that's flowing so fast right now? Like everything we did and thought was
insane.
normal is just so archaic right now. It's just so analog. It's ridiculous. So
Absolutely. We have a 14-year-old. He does not have a cell phone.
Oh, my
But
gosh.
it's because we're one of those that it's like you don't get a cell phone until you get a job.
Okay.
well
All right.
played, well played. Stick to that. Good luck. Have a great day and happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
All these texts that are rolling in. Remember when
Sorry.
Remember when Kat was going to be ready for this bit?
Remember when? What's Columbus House?
Columbia House.
Or, no, this says Columbus
Yeah,
House.
but it's Columbia House.
Oh.
It was basically if you
10
look
CDs for $100.
if you look in the back of your TV guide. Oh, remember when TV guide? But in the back of the TV guide, it would be this thing you could rip out.
Yeah.
And you could pick 10 CDs or cassettes, and they would mail them to you, and you'd tape a penny to it with the anticipation that you would ever pay for those. Never. I mean, I had a stack of cassettes and CDs
Really?
because you could every week you could do another one, and you would use somebody else's name and address, and they would just ship you 10 CDs.
What an effort.
Oh my God,
That's
it's
crazy.
If those guys ever had to go back and collect,
Yeah. They're made.
oh my gosh, but they're never going to find everyone that actually got the 10 free cassettes.
So Kim says, remember when we had to print directions from MapQuest?
Yeah, I
Yes.
do remember
How
that.
distracted were we? Like all the pages, and we're like, oh my God, I thought I had to take a left back there. That was like a lot.
Or all of a sudden your wife's not paying attention and you miss the turn. She's like, oh, yeah. So-
Yeah.
Bingo! How fun!
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo, what bingo?
Bingo!
All right, our friend John over here got through first, but we don't know if he's somebody listening who
has been ghosted recently. There we go. So this guy in London, if you ghost somebody after they spend money on you, you could get a phone call like this.
I took you out on a date and now you're not in contact with me anymore. Like, you know how in modern day society, like you've got feminism blowing up and everything. What about men's rights? What about the fact that I pay for everything when we're on a date? So like I've calculated everything out and it's come to about like I spent well over £300. So you ate half the food, so you can pay for half the date. So
good luck getting that back.
There are a lot of women out there that will openly admit they are dating for meals, and then if a relationship does transpire, all the better. But that's
Jesus
really-
hates you. If you're doing this, Jesus hates you.
I'm a female. I think that's really weird and rude. Don't do that, especially if it's going to be a huge, very expensive dinner and then you ghost him for no reason. At least have the decency to say,
I'm not into you. This isn't working.
Yeah, I thought you brought up this topic too much. This weirded me out. Lead them down the right path.
Give them an answer. Otherwise, they're just hanging by the phone. I'm on the hunt for anyone listening who is kind of like Kat and she's sick.
Are you sick?
86% of people not happy when coworkers show up sick. Now, I'm of the 14% that are happy because the amount of work Kat does around here that I don't want to do is tremendous. So you can come in sick anytime you want. John, how you feeling today, man? Are you sick?
I've been awake since 5:30 debating whether I called in sick or today or not. And I'm still on my way to the job site.
Oh, you're going to work
so you're going to get everybody sick. What are you doing? Derek brought this in. Like we had a coworker bring it in.
Well, someone built a new house up on a lake here up north, and we were supposed to get it done by yesterday. So I'm hurrying up to get into work to get the house painted so they can start doing it, getting to work on it. And, of course, I'm the supervisor, so who's going to tell me not to come to work?
Right.
Boy, you're wearing it all right now.
You have some really great work ethic there. You just know that somebody else is counting on you. There are too many people in this world that are like, listen, I'm going to take the day for me. And that's true, but you got to get this done,
Let me guess, John, that you're at the level of supervisory, and there's got to be a certain cadence when it comes to home building that you've seen people not show up for their job because they were a little bit sick and it threw everything else off, right? And you don't want to be that guy?
And that is the exact truth. I don't want to be the guy that slows down production on the house.
Yeah.
Are you at a
for
job kind of a situation where you don't get paid till the job is done too?
No, I actually am an hourly employee, which is fantastic.
So
and the good news is, I actually work for my cousin.
Okay. So how's that working out for you? Is that good or bad?
I've actually been doing it for the last 5 years. It's a plus because, like I say, I'm sick like this. Would I actually make a phone call here at about 12:30 and say, I've had enough of this day, I'm going home? He's going to say, I get it. Go home. You're sick. You should have never went to work.
Yeah.
You're just grinding out there. What do you think is your sickness? You just got general kind of seasonal stuff?
Well, it happened yesterday. I mean, family been around me. They've had a cold and just been body achy. And, and I thought nothing of it when I saw him last Wednesday. And all of a sudden, yesterday morning, I woke up. I said, something's not right. And sure enough, so yesterday I went home early, and it's even worse today.
What do you say to...
What are you taking? Are you on Zaquil?
I actually do not take any medicine.
Oh, my God.
You know what this guy did? This
man.
guy woke up, he had a cup of coffee, he had a little talk with God, and he popped 3 Zins on the way into the work site, and he's ready to go.
Gargled some gasoline. You are tough. I am fine.
Feeling any better?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. It's just like a nagging cough now that kicked in. First, it was just like sinuses, and now it's just like a nagging cough. But I feel good. Like, I feel that's the frustrating part. You feel like you have energy, and then the nagging cough. But I had a weird day yesterday. Just weird, like, things kept happening. I was walking to my car after work, and we used to have a listener, and she would come to everything. Do you remember? You'll know this name, but she won all the time, and then she'd come to all of our stuff. Do you remember her?
Oh,
yeah. Nice. Anyway, so she's kind of been homeless for like a decade, okay? And you just see her about town, and then you have conversations. Like, I'll see her and I'll just say, how are you doing? And, she's like, oh, I could use a cup of coffee. So you get her a cup of coffee, whatever. Still very jovial. But she was riding around on her bike yesterday as I was going to my car, and she had this massive, like, JBL unit jury rigged to the front of her bike, and she was just jamming out, living her best life. And I said, hey, T, what are you up to? And she just like stopped, shut her JBL off. And she goes, I just got divorced. I said, oh, because she was outside the courthouse. I said, oh, that's exciting. Because
just that minute she had gotten divorced.
She had just walked out of the doors, and she had these leggings on that were like super psychedelic, like cats in space. And so she's talking to us, and she said, yeah, good thing I just got divorced, because now I'm getting Bible married to this guy named Oliver. And I'm very excited. I said, I
don't know what that term means.
So cool. I think it's just not legal. It's just biblically, religiously, she's having a ceremony. somewhere. I don't know
But there's
where.
no legal ramifications.
Right.
Hmm.
But I mean, she was just in her own world, excited for her new chapter, and therefore you can't not be excited for somebody. So I said, awesome. Sent her on her way. You could hear her 9 blocks
Did you get her a
away.
wedding gift?
I don't know. If I see her out again, which is possible,
You'll
I think
hear
I
her
see
before
her.
you see her.
Yeah, I think I see her maybe once every quarter.
Okay.
You know, somewhere outside of a grocery store.
What do you
or
get
whatever.
somebody like that?
I don't know.
More psychedelic
meal?
cat leggings?
I don't know. But she's always been so cordial and nice and has gotten by. So there's that. And then I go run an errand to Sam's Club, and it was like Amish day. And I'm like, you guys need us. You know, they act like they don't. And then they act like they can build everything.
Well, if they came in from Long Prairie, that's a 3-day buggy ride.
Hey, well, one of them had a massive box of nerd clusters. You know, the nerds with the, what is it?
Well, sugar is like alcohol to the Amish, to you and I.
Yeah.
Like if they get a chance to get on some, they
On
go
their lips.
after it, right? It's like a bender for us.
It was just one weird thing after another, you know? And then last night, I made a dinner and very rarely do I go outside the box of my taco night or my baked ZT night, whatever. But I'm like, I'm going to make these shredded chicken buffalo bombs where you wrap them in like a pastry puff or whatever,
Okay.
and you put them in a muffin tin.
Sure, yeah, I've seen
and then
these.
they expand, and I had to eat it was terrible, and I had to eat the whole thing just to prove. Have you ever eaten a meal that you made just to prove to everybody that it was good?
Usually I'll dump, but my wife has done this on more than one occasion. My mom used to make what she called governor steak, and it's basically you put a bunch of Lipton onion soup mix and cream of stuff, and then like the worst meat you have, like a round steak or something like that, because you bake it for like 6 hours. So it softens up. And then you got this gravy and everything like that. My mom used to make it for me when I came back from college. Like it was my favorite meal. And my wife, once we got married, she's like, well, I can do this. And like the first time she did it, it tasted for sure like possum.
Yeah.
Like raw possum. And I'm like, listen, honey, I love you. Thanks for taking a shot at this. Let's just get a pizza. She's like, no, this is good. I'm going to eat it. And I can't confirm, but she took it to work every day for like 2 or 3 days. I can't confirm she actually ate it at work because I wasn't there with her, but she gave it the old college try.
That was nice of her. Yeah. So that happened. And then this morning it was Bob's birthday over the weekend. And so I always get him a mug for his birthday.
Oh.
And he's just like so crazy, like hot and cold, you know? So I found a mug where it's like, I'm fine. Everything's fine. But I left the sticker on the bottom. I walked away and I
only paid 99
realized
cents for it.
$7.99. I'm like, I've
What does
worked
the
with
thought
this
that
guy
count?
for a year. That's true because you got him nothing. So
No, I gave him a huge hug.
you did, and
I
that's
did.
priceless. Yeah, beat that.
Yesterday, I was approached, and after nearly 20 years at this radio station, it's my time to move on.
This is the heads up I get.
I am going to be the new manager of the Minnesota Twins.
Are you? Wow, what a dream.
Boy, you know, I love Rocco, but you got to have a winning team on the field. And unfortunately, the owners don't want to spend a whole lot of money, and it's always going to be a small market team. So I think you take that job as the manager of the Minnesota Twins, knowing that it's probably on limited time because they're just not going to spend the money to get the big talent in here. I hate to see it because he's a good guy and he's a player's coach, but
all the seats that are empty, those are so sad to see. Like they can't even pan to the crowd. Why would you not just like 2 days before know that you're not going to sell out and just $30 a seat?
Well,
come on over.
I've seen this push online for years that any child 15 or under should get into any Major League Baseball game for free.
What a great deal. Yeah.
It just should be. Like, you want to continue to build baseball amongst youth, do that. And then, you're right, when the season's basically over and you're out of contention, just start going to elementary schools and giving these tickets out. And because with every kid, you're going to get at least one parent, right?
Yep.
If not two, they're going to say, it's worth a day off to spend some time in the sunshine with my kid at the ballpark. And let them out of school for a day.
So do you think
take in
there's
a game.
a direct correlation with how they're playing and lack of crowd.
Absolutely, every year.
So why not pack the joint, get their spirits going? Like, this is who I want to.
Will they play better if they've got a full crowd?
You never
There's
know.
Probably
like,
a little bit of that.
Psychologically, if they're out there and they look around and they're like, my mom is not even here. My mom doesn't even want to come to these games. And they're out there professionally playing baseball. I know the checks are cashing, but still.
Yeah, there's probably something to that. But at least put the kids in the stands. I've always been a fan of that. But, man, it'll be fun to watch what the Twins end up doing with this. Man, just a horrible year. Only 70 wins.
Dang.
Yeah, so my Cubs are in the postseason. So it's for the next few weeks. Do not call, text, or email because I will not be returning your calls. Oh, the things that Kat does during a commercial break that would get us fired. You guys, Reading Rainbow is back. What's his name? Lamar what?
Lamar Burton?
Burton, that's it. I like that guy. And then he went to, he was on Star Trek and stuff for a while, right?
Yeah.
But I think he had a follow with the Reading Rainbow people. I think they canned him for something.
I think so. I think he had something to say about how they did things and why they weren't coming back for a while. But
he was such an advocate for reading, though. Like, he really, really believed in the mission.
It went from 83 to 2006, and they did reruns until 2009. So it's been gone since then. They're bringing it back, a new host. But I have like so many great memories. My mom putting like Diet Coke in our bottles, and we'd like sit there and watch it on the couch. You know, she did daycare, and I'm like, yeah, we learned a lot from that. And so I wanted to know other strange shows because I put this on, and my niece was just like looking at it, and then I was watching it, and I said, maybe let's not watch this anymore. Grandpa's Magical Toys. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Have you heard?
What?
Papa's gonna buy me a
Mockingbird.
If that mockingbird don't.
Grandpa's Magical Toys?
Yeah. So these things would come alive and they'd sing. These three kids would go to Grandpa's house and they'd go into their toy room.
Get into a stash of brownies.
And they'd shrink down, or these things would blow up. I don't know, but all the toys came to life. And it was like, Hambone, where you been? I've been around the world and I'm going again. And it was like, it's super weird. And you could totally tell they're adults, you know, like the costume pageantry was not there back then. But yeah.
Grandpa's Magical Toys. I've never seen
I
that.
got to take it out of the rotation. It doesn't work. It doesn't really transcend to this age.
Now, this is how old I am. There's a show from way back in the day that used to give me nightmares. My friends would watch it, and this show would creep me out so bad because there was these green aliens on the show, or maybe they were like, so it's called Land of the Lost. And right? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Land of the Lost. And basically, it's like these people, for some reason, got transported back into like caveman days. And I think there were dinosaurs, but there were these green guys that were like the evil people there. Yeah. So these people are just trying to find their way. Like they got somehow space shuttled into like.
I don't know how this creeped you out because I peeped it this morning and I was like,
those green guys are creepy.
It's so obvious.
There's plenty of food around, but most of it's strange and unfamiliar to us. So we're going to have to be careful about eating something that we haven't tested. Now listen, I'm going to go down to the end of the arbor. I want you both to wait here. Why don't you just pick some of these fruits that we know are safe to eat, okay? Okay, Dad.
So they were marooned on the side?
Yeah, they were back in like caveman days.
Hey, look, if you don't want to go.
And then all of a sudden you could hear this noise, and this is how you knew the green guys were close. And then they'd start hissing at people.
Oh my God.
Anybody
when you're
else
watching
this,
if you're going to YouTube this today, you can see their skin. Their zipper is down in the back. Nobody paid attention
they got like webbed
to that
hands,
stuff.
and they looked really, really mean. Okay. And that was the one that wigged me out. Like I never got creeped out by a TV show other than that. Listen, and I have nothing. First off, let me get on the record by saying I have nothing against little people. I really don't. But
you know, when you say that and then you say but, it negates everything you said prior.
I'm telling you, Tattoo from Fantasy Island creeped me out too. My parents would watch this show every like Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I had never met a little person before that. I grew up in a really small town. Everybody was full-sized. And when I saw Tattoo, I was like, what is this? I mean,
I feel so bad for little people. Like, isn't it weird? You're just short. and people look at you and like,
well, the world
they're
is
like,
built
"Whoa."
for people of a certain height, right? And all of a sudden you can't get the good cereal.
But nobody should gasp. Like you should
I don't
never
think
have
I
a gasp.
I don't gasp
People
when I see-
definitely treat little people like that. If you are a little person and you are listening right now, call and tell us like the reaction that you get from people because you're just short. That's literally it. You don't have like horns
Well,
or.
I mean, I think it sucks to buy clothes. You can't go get a bike off the rack.
Those are personal issues that they have to deal with. Like us normal sized people, it's so weird that some react like and point out, oh my God, you are like so short. That's got to get old, you know? So we got a twofer.
Okay, we're two for phone lines are open.
Those strange TV shows from back in the day. And if you're a little person,
How much do you hate us bigs?
yeah, just lay into us.
Let's
I don't
go.
care.
Let her rip. A couple of things we've realized over the last 3.5 minutes. We don't have one single little person listening that is willing to hammer on the bigs.
Yeah.
So maybe you just, you're okay with it and you don't feel a reason to be mean to big people. That's fine. Got that. The other thing is Sleet Stacks. That was the name of the green, like alien mean guys on Land of the Lost. A lot of people texted that in, and then somebody had texted in, do you remember Gary Gnu?
This
and I
was
remember
before my
this.
time.
This is from The Great Space Coaster was
Yes.
the name of the TV show, and it was like giant fluffy Muppets. But then this guy, he did the news all the time, and he was kind of like the Tom Brokaw or the Peter Jennings of the cartoon news, but he was a GNU, and his name was Gary GNU.
This is Gary GNU, and the No GNUs is Good GNU Show, the only TV GNUs program guaranteed to contain no GNUs whatsoever.
All right.
That was it. And isn't this guy great?
Yeah,
Look at
sure.
him. He's sharp.
So does he do? Oh, he does actual news clips.
Yeah, but they're not GNUs. It's not really GNUs. It's kind of like when we do the news and it's not really the news and we just talk about like, hey, Folgers has a new blend.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's not good GNUs.
Well, we inform people of recalls. Like we do good things in this world.
We do GNU.
We do
good
good
GNUs. Without Gary GNU. You're
These
the
shows
Gary,
are a trip.
You're the Gary GNU of 2026 broadcasting.
Thank you. That's nice of you to say. Thank you.
With all that work you're getting done. What if you end up looking like, what if in 10 years you're looking like Gary GNU?
Then
He's
I will
peeled
sue
back.
somebody.